Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you all had a great week. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this daily time frame. And we also could do a quick little recap of what happened last week. So if you look here at the daily time frame, ultimately we did get our change of state and delivery here on the 2nd once we closed back over this fair value gap range. The fact is that this fair value gap range got disrespected after it was once respected on the 28th, pretty much signaled why we got the expansion going into the second half of the week. And then not only that, but you also got this change of state and delivery as well. And we pretty much saw the expansion after we took this sell side liquidity. And also on top of that, there was some divergence between ES and NQ on the daily time frame. So pretty much looking at all of that, that pretty much signaled the expansion to the upside. Notice how, oops, that's both ES, Q. So notice here between July 1st and July 2nd, and then notice here July 1st, July 2nd. ES ended up making a lower low, NQ made a higher low. You got your SMT divergence, and we got the expansion off of that range. As well, ES also went into your optimal trade entry. NQ, I don't believe actually went into your optimal trade entry, but we saw pretty much what was going to happen based on the price action from ES. So looking at this now, go ahead and delete all of these old levels as well. All right, now we got a first chart. We do have relative equal lows here at 19,728 based on the daily time frame. And then if we were to come back to, let's say, the 4-hour time frame here, looking at the 4-hour, we also got our change of state and delivery here once we actually broke over this equilibrium block at pretty much 20,010, and we pretty much got our expansion ever since from that range. Now, looking into this week, ideally the main focus is to buy the dip. The fact is that we did get this body close over that daily fair value gap range, pretty much signals more upside. So as long as we hold up pretty much above 19,900, it's buy the dip. So a good entry that I'll be actually looking for going into this week would be something around this range. If we could retest this equilibrium block, chances are if we come to like the 12-hour time frame, yep, there we go. So based on a higher time frame, a good dip opportunity would be if we actually retest this equilibrium block here at 20,400 and look to take this back up into all-time highs. Now, if we manage to breach below that level right here, pretty much below 20,381, we will start to signal more downside and likely get the retest back to about 20,205. If we take our fibs, let's go see what is the discount range. So that also lines up with the discount range as well. So if we end up invalidating this daily fair value gap and also invalidating this equilibrium block here based on the, let me see exact time frame, pretty much the 12-hour time frame here, we will signal some downside. Ideally, a good dip opportunity would be off this, either the 12-hour equilibrium block down here pretty much at 20,000 or even a retest of this daily fair value gap range. As long as we're in discount, ideally, I am looking to see more upside once we actually get this pullback, if the pullback even comes. Now let's take a look at ES. Just remove all of our drawings. All right. So taking a look at ES, ES is also at all-time highs. However, ES does have a much cleaner equilibrium block that we can actually look at. So pretty much going into tomorrow, if price holds up 5,588, pretty much we will see more upside based on ES. Based on the daily time frame, let's go take a look at this. Based on the daily time frame, pretty much as long as we hold up this fair value gap down here at 5,540, we will see more upside as well. And then this equilibrium block is also paired with the daily volume imbalance. So there's a lot of confluence that if price does actually retrace back here, very likely we see a bounce. And then we'd have to pretty much see follow through by making pretty much a higher high and taking out Friday's high with the full body close. In terms of sell side, we got some sell side liquidity here, daily sell side / weekly sell side at 5,502. We have this daily fair value gap range. And wouldn't really look to see price to seek this fair value gap range unless we actually get a close below this 12-hour equilibrium block here. Then we have back at all-time highs, pretty much 5,626. All right. So looking at ES as well, based on the hourly time frame / 4-hour time frame, we do have relative equal lows down here. That could be a potential target if we do see some downside going into this week, or at least the first half of the week. So we have hourly relative equal lows at 5,585. But like we discussed earlier, as long as we hold up this 12-hour equilibrium block, very much likely we see more upside back into all-time highs. If we can get a body close below this 12-hour equilibrium block, that's where we likely come down to retest the daily fair value gap range that starts at 5,560. Does anybody have any tickers you want me to look at? Pretty much that's the summary going into this week. Main focus is to buy the dip as long as this 12-hour equilibrium block holds up on ES and on NQ. Am I wild if I sell NQ at the current price and hold for the dip? You are not wild if you do that. Just make sure you got some confirmation based on the lower time frames. 5 minute is supporting bearish price action, but if you know how I trade, I personally just don't care to trade overnight session whatsoever. So yeah, trade overnight session as you please. I personally don't trade it. Rather just wake up 9:30 out the gate, actually get some volatility in the market, and make my money pretty quick. How you doing, Burned? Then as well, if you look at NQ on the lower time frames, we have relative equal highs. If you've been trading long enough, you understand that that's literally a magnet to price. So the smarter thing to do, yes, you could short it and take whatever scalp you want to take, but the smarter setup is actually to wait for the dip opportunity to actually come in, and then take this long back up to 20,638. You want to be trading with the odds in your favor and not against you. Alrighty. The weekly watch list for my options traders will be out shortly on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. It should be going live no later than 8:30, and I will also post a link in the community. Good luck this week, and I will see you guys later.